What's going on, everybody? This is Arcade. Welcome back to another Alliance War video, Novel Contest of Champions. So today we're taking a look at Alliance War Season 20, War number 10. We are starting on path number 5 in Section 1. And this is a pretty interesting war. I do have Venom on the team again, and you'll see that really quickly. So first fight we have is Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw is a pretty annoying defender if you don't have the right counter to him. And on this node we do have the ebb and flow knockdown, which means you're going to be dealing 60% less damage to the defender unless you knock them down. So once you knock them down, you get a fury buff on you which deals extra 40% damage. So you really want that buff to be on you at all times, or the damage is really negligible. So we're going to start off the fight with Human Torch. I activate my pre-fight just so that the Nova Flames melt him down quickly. I don't want to have a long fight with Ebony Maw, as he can ramp up that degen damage on you. So right off the bat, we take this fight with a parry. We get that heavy attack on him, and as you can see, we got the fury from the node. And the defenders here are going to be stubborn, since the opponent is running the stubborn defensive tactic. Right there, as you can see, he punished my heavy attack, so I realized that he probably has limber maxed, which means the stuns are going to last really low. Land a reparry there through an SP2, and Ebony Maw goes down. So pretty straightforward fight, and this Ebony Maw was a rank 1 6-star, so it was really no trouble for Human Torch. Jumping into the next fight, we do have Darkhawk. So Darkhawk is a pretty annoying defender on this particular path, because once you knock down Darkhawk, he actually gets a auto block phase, which means that he is going to be very difficult to fight. And by the time you are rid of that auto block phase, you also lose the fury buff on you, which means that you're going to have to knock him down again. So we're going to be obviously bringing in Medusa here. Medusa is an amazing counter for all robots. Once you get the armor shatter on him right there, now he's completely shut down. So once there is an armor shatter on the robot, they completely lose all abilities. So as you can see, he can no longer auto block us, and not only that, he does not gain any power throughout the fight. So pretty standard fight with Medusa. I'm not going to try and do anything fancy here. I just want to parry and 5-hit combo. So right there, he's pretty low on his health. I do want to throw an SP2, but I figure, you know what, let's just go to an SP3, finish this fight nice and easy. And I throw my SP3 here. He's just at 10% health, and as soon as the couple of hits land, he's pretty much out. So Darkhawk is another defender down. Now this was the end of my section 1 fights, as I do have to take the remaining 2 fights in section 2. I don't usually get any mini boss action on section 1, since this is the time I go to bed, and when I wake up, all these nodes that you can see right here are pretty much cleared. So next morning we wake up, and the first fight on our path is a SpiderGwen. So if you're not familiar with SpiderGwen, 1, she is a hashtag defensive champion, and 2, ever since she got her buff along with She-Hulk, she has become a pretty annoying defender. And the key thing to remember in this fight is that her evade mechanic is a bit different, so you can't bring in a standard true strike or true accuracy champion, as she can still evade even if you have a true strike. So you have to cancel out her evade using ability accuracy reduction. So champions like Nick Fury above 4 or 5 tactical charges, and champions like Venom especially, who negates any and all evade from hashtag Spider-Verse champion. So obviously we're going to bring in Venom, get that niche ability in play in war finally. So as you can see, I'm not going to be parrying throughout this fight, and that is because this node has window of opportunity. So as you can see in the right hand corner, there is a little timer going on, which means that every time I try to parry the defender while this timer is on, that parry stun is actually going to be reflected back to me. So I do not want to parry, I just want to take this fight really slow. Venom does have some decent armor once he starts getting those armor of buffs, so he is going to be able to negate most of that block damage. We drop an SP2 and SpiderGwen goes down. SpiderGwen actually goes down. I don't know what happened there, just mumbled on for a second. Next fight we do have a Sentinel, and Sentinel again on this path isn't really anything special. You just have to bring in the right counter, and Medusa is pretty much the best counter there is to any and all robots, dude. And Medusa here, what we're going to do is land one SP1, and before we land that special, we are going to try to bait out his SP2. I don't think I get a successful SP1 bait in this fight, so we end up pushing him to 2 bars of power, as you will see throughout the fight. But right there we land a sweet intercept. Oh man, my voiceover is all over the place today. So right there we evade, and as you can see, Sentinel is a hashtag defensive champion. So again, every time we evade, he gets that stubborn defensive tactic. So Medusa's armor shatter does not actually turn down the stubborn node. And honestly, I did not know that she turns off any nodes, but as you can see, the parry timer that we had above is actually gone, which means that the window of opportunity node that we had is now no longer existent on this champion, which means we can parry him as much as we want. However, I do not know for sure if that is going to work, so I don't end up parrying him. I did end up hitting him, and he did parry me once, but since we had that armor shatter, we were not stunned, so lucky save, I guess. But yeah, right there we land an SP3, hoping to get some decent damage. But yeah man, Sentinel is a pretty tanky champion, so that SP3 didn't really do much damage. We're just going to take a couple of hits on the block and do some normal 5-hit combo. I don't need Medusa for any other fight beyond this, so I'm not really concerned with how much health I come out with as long as I get the full attack bonus. So right here I'm trying to bait a medium. Right there he ended his combo with a medium, which means I can punish him, and I do, and that fight is pretty much over, man. Alright, so the next fight we have is a pretty unexpected fight. So Dr. Doom, I had Human Torch practically at full health, and I've taken Dooms a lot in Alliance War, so I am pretty confident with Human Torch versus Doom. So much so that I jump into this fight fully boosted, but I forget to pop a very important boost. So I'll just let you know about the path here. So basically what happens is you have power from afar, which means that every time the defender is far away from you, they're going to gain a power gain buff. As you can see right there, Doom had a power gain as soon as I leave striking distance. And next up, what we do is we end up pushing him to his SP3. And I'm thinking, you know what, I can tank this SP3, right? Oh no, wait, I can't, because I did not pop an invul boost. Dude, that is the one boost that I needed to have in this fight, and I forgot to pop that boost. That just sucks, man. That just sucks so hard. I end up taking the L on this one. That was just stupid of me to forget that boost. So I do end up going back into this fight. I have to revive and pop unnecessary potions, and we are closing in on the season, so I'm a bit hesitant on popping the big potions. So what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be using the level 3 Alliance War potions, which heal up for 3000 health. I do end up using 11 of these, I think, and yep, 11 of those. And right there, man, I have to make sure this time that I pop the invul boost. So I'm jumping back into this fight. I am going to pop that invul boost this time. This is the one thing I forgot, and next time I take this fight, you're going to be seeing how simple it was. So I actually happen to have my flame on pre-fight active. Since I used it on Ebony, I wasn't expecting to have it on Doom, but since we died and we have a percentage chance to get it back, and we did, so we end up using it here. As you can see, man, his power is really going up, so I'm really not concerned about managing his power or baiting his special, since I don't want to get that indestructible. My point here is to get as many Nova Flames on him as possible before he drops that SP1. So I'm hitting into his block because I know as soon as I drop my attack, he's going to pop down L3, and he does. So at this point, I have approximately 7 to 8 Nova Flames on him. So the plan here is basically just to hope that the remaining fights here end up killing him. So right there, remaining hits, my bad. Yeah man, so the Nova Flames actually did the job here and finished him off, and that was the end of the fight, end of the warpath for me. However, I did have energy and I did have a bunch of boosts going. I'm taking a look at these mini bosses, and I'm really not equipped to be taking any of these except this ManThing. So you know what, I decide, you know what, let's just smash this ManThing out of the way, one less defender for the others to worry about. And I'm thinking about taking this node, just making sure he is just a rank 4 champion, which means that I don't need to heal up Human Torch. I can just take this fight as is with the boost that I have going, and that's what I do, dude. So ManThing, if you're not familiar with him, he is basically a stubborn defender, and what you need to know about him is that every time he drops an SP1, he is going to get a buff on you. So that buff eventually gets converted into a armor break and a poison. So what you want to do with ManThing is you want to push him to his L2. Right there, I baited his L1 accidentally. I should have hit into his block, but that's okay, man. As long as I don't end up taking another one. As you can see, his heavy attack also has an unstoppable. So I'm trying to punish it, but I'm not exactly sure about the timing. So he is getting indestructible and my incinerates are going to waste. Right there, I end up punishing his heavy attack. I noticed that the heavy attack actually has the unstoppable. Dude, my voiceover today is really bad. Please excuse me, but yeah, man, this fight is pretty simple. It does not have a limber node here, nor any kind of stun immune, so I can exploit that SP2 stun all the way. Right there, he did get a regen. So on this particular node, every time the opponent has a regen, they are going to be unblockable. So unless I can confidently land an intercept, I am not going to be blocking his attacks until that regen buff wears off. And right there, it did. I'm going to be popping an SP1, hoping that it kills him. It does not, so I'm just going to go in, do a 5-hit combo, and yeah, man, ManThing is down. So pretty simple fight there. Nothing really important to even notice. The node itself wasn't anything special. Basically, you just have to be wary of the final phase when they get a regen buff. So yeah, man, that's all I had for this particular war. We did end up winning this war, and hopefully this brings us one step closer to landing in Platinum 3. End of the day, we just want to get those sweet season rewards, man. So yeah, that's been it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.